Hey guys, Namaste Sober, and I hope you do too. So I want to talk about something that's a little bit more serious, and it's part of my story, and I've been hearing it a lot in a lot of the meetings that I'm going to, and it seems like a lot of people suffer with it. And I feel like it's definitely something that needs to be discussed and talked about. They say one day at a time for a reason, and even just one moment at a time. And I know with me right now, I'm extremely overwhelmed. Guilt is a big thing. I'm learning a lot of things. This is opening my mind in many ways that I would have never thought possible. And at times I feel like I want to explode. Because I'm just trying to encompass everything and really make sure that I'm grasping it all. And that's not really reality, nor, can I actually do that? So of course, back to that whole, one day at a time, and even one moment at a time, 1 second, 1 millisecond if you have to. Just realizing that just because there's so many thoughts and so much advice and so many opinions, I need to still think about what's best for me. And of course, it's all ideally not to take the drink. Start there, but then also just to focus on my thoughts, and a lot of the stuff that I'm dealing with is to take one thing at a time, and I need to be starting a process of letting go, because my guilt starts and stems from a lot of how this all started for me, and I truthfully just didn't have the will to live anymore. I had given up. I didn't try to commit suicide subconsciously. It was more of a subconscious thing. Just for 6 months I was just over it, and I was beyond done. It was not something that I really valued or cared about anymore. There's even certain situations that happened, and my higher power was trying to speak to me and try to tell me that there is things and a purpose to live for, and putting people in my life and trying to give me a reason. But it just wasn't filling me, because at that point I was just drowning. And it's sad, because now my guilt, of course, is I have a beautiful kid, beautiful child, beautiful 12-year-old boy, and he's literally my whole heart, my entire heart, and he gets to walk around in this universe, and I wasn't thinking of that. That's how selfish I was in my addiction and my alcoholism, that's all I thought about. And now of course I feel guilty, and thankfully from the grace of my higher power, that did not happen for me, that I'm able to talk about it today. And also, thankfully from my son, he forgave me for that. And it was something that's really heavy and intense on me, because he deserves better than that, and he deserves more. I didn't really get that growing up. So how dare I think that it would be okay for me to deprive my child of that? And I just wanted to share that, because I think, everybody needs to really think about that, because I think a lot of us, that's ultimately really what you're doing, and maybe you're not even really conscious of it or not. For me, I was in some sense conscious of it. I did mention it, but I wasn't paying attention to the reality of it, because ultimately what you think is what you create, and that's a huge thing that I'm learning now, and really trying to forgive myself. And I hope that you guys can forgive yourselves as well for any damage that you guys have done, because it happened, it is what it is, that's part of your past, and the only way that you're going to make any type of progress is in the process. So, I just wanted to talk about that, and hopefully, it reached out to somebody. For anybody, if any of you guys know about anybody who's trying to commit suicide, make sure that you pay attention. And I even connected some suicide hotlines to the end of this, and they're all across the world. So if you guys know anybody who is suffering, if you're suffering, just make sure that you reach out and you get help for it, because it is serious, and let's not take it lightly. And also, I hope you guys just continue to watch me in this journey, and please subscribe, and share. Thanks guys. Namaste Sober, and I hope you do too.